Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you being here, it means a lot. So finally got an update. If you're not familiar, I've been going back and forth for the past 3.5, I think almost 4 weeks now with Mario Maslamani. He's the Hamilton County head of the GOP, or Republican Party. And I've been waiting for his call onto whether or not I'm going to be able to register as Republican or not to run for mayor of Carmel. And it was all based on like a really minor technicality. So you have to register as whatever party you want to run for. So you have to register as, let's say, in this case, a Republican. I have to register as a Republican 2 primary elections in a row in order to run as a Republican candidate. The same goes for Democrat. You have to vote into, you get it. So anyway, 2 elections. So the 2020 primaries, I voted as nonpartisan because young, new, innocent me didn't realize that nonpartisan meant I was going to have a blank ballot. I thought it meant I got to look at both sides and pick both party candidates. If I would have known that, or if that, honestly, that shouldn't have even been an option on the ballot in the first place. But hindsight is 2020. Either way, I would have registered as a Republican had I known that. But because I didn't, technically I hadn't voted as a Republican 2 primaries in a row. So because of that, I had to get permission, or basically a form giving the blessing of the head of whatever political party that you're trying to run for, in this case, Mario Maslamani. When he first sworn in, he said that he would make no exceptions for anyone, no matter what. If you couldn't follow the fill inside the rule, then he was just going to say no. But from what I gathered, he really liked me and really liked what I was pushing for, and didn't want me to, basically didn't want me to run for mayor as a Republican, from what I could gather. He was trying to push me in other directions, but ultimately at the end of the day, he was like, I can't pick favorites. I have to stick with my what I promised. So finally, yesterday we finally connected, like sometime in the afternoon, and that's when he was like, "Yeah, I've made my decision. I'm gonna have to decline and say no." But he still wants to be involved in the Republican Party. He just knows that if I run as Libertarian, he said I can't do anything with the Republican Party for the next 2 years. Which, if I get elected mayor, that's fine. I'm not going to do anything with the Republican Party for 4 years, probably 5. So, not an issue, as long as I win. But even if I don't, I mean, I still wouldn't have a lot to do with any upcoming election anyway, so that shouldn't be that big of a deal. So that's not really a deal breaker, but it did sound like he was very interested in having me back 2 years from now as a Republican. And I told him, like, hey, absolutely no ill will. I don't have any issue against the Republican Party. It just, honestly, I feel very called right now to run for mayor of Carmel, and I have to stick with that conviction and basically do what I'm told from higher power. So I'm sticking with that. So on a spiritual level, yeah, that fits, but also just on a practical level, the more and more I'm finding out about the other candidates, the more and more I'm realizing that I will be the only physically conservative on the ballot. So if I do not run, there will be no physical conservative. Everybody's going to pretty much just go stay the course, business as usual, and that's great. Like, the plan for growth is actually really interesting with the TIF system. It's pretty cool, but ultimately they're overspending, and they're, from what I can gather, like really pushing the limits of that, like really pushing the bounds. I could get into more detail about that. I think I'm going to hold off on that, at least for now. I might do a deeper dive in a future video. But as for now, yeah, practical level, I want to be more fiscally conservative than anyone else that's on the ballot. Everybody else, like Republican, Democrat, no matter what, Sue Finkman, Woody, and the Democrat, they're all going to pretty much just keep spending more money than Carmel has. During an economic downturn, that's not a great plan. So if things are going good, then okay, yeah, sure. Interesting way to do growth. It's kind of a neat idea. But there needs to be some kind of safety line, some kind of, I guess, boundaries. So I would be the only option. Therefore, I feel like on a practical level, I have to run. Like, I have to do this. So I just heard back from the other libertarians, and they kind of laid out the hoops that I need to jump through. So the next, I think, about a week or so, I'm going to start following through on all that and seeing what I need to do and check off those boxes. So as far as my long-term or my strategy for the campaign goes, I thought I was going to be working myself almost to death for 16 weeks straight. Turns out that's not the case. So I do get to have a little bit of a social life and some breather room. So that's kind of exciting. Not going to burn out hardcore like straight out the gate. I do have much bigger numbers to hit, but I have a lot more time to hit them. So the next step is really I just need to set up a bank account, set up a committee. By the way, if you're interested, I'm looking for a treasurer. So if you know somebody that's good with numbers, really Excel spreadsheets, and is very persistent and diligent about making sure like all the appropriate boxes get ticked off, then, or checked off, not ticked off, making sure that people are accounted for when they donate money. I just need somebody that can do that for me. That will be a little too tedious because I'm still going to be going pretty hard, just not insane hard, like burnout hard. So yeah, so if you know anybody or you yourself are good at that particular thing, please let me know. I need to get that set up as soon as possible. And the next step is I need to set up a website, get business cards, and need to do a video, like an intro video for my YouTube channel to show like, hey, officially I'm running for office. Purpose of the channel is get to know me, and I want to get to know you. What are your concerns? Please type in the chat. What are your concerns? And I will speak directly to you. Not just in this live stream, but I just in the future moving forward. I'll continue doing the Thursday night live streams at 6 o'clock, just to try to get people to chime in, get to know me. So anyway, that's the brief highlight. I do have a strategy. It's not just open-ended like, oh, I just need a bunch of money and I'm just going to throw it into the wind and hopefully it hits people in the face and they decide to vote for it. No. I actually have a specific business strategy, certain mile marks, certain numbers I need to hit by certain dates to be able to do the things I need to do. Tomorrow is going to be the first step in being able to get some of those numbers figured out. Well, actually probably next week. So throughout the course of next week, I'll be able to sit down and get much more accurate numbers on what I need to start raising by what deadlines to really get this thing moving. So anyway, I don't think I'll ever get into the strategy of exactly what I'm doing, at least not here on the internets. I do have a plan, do have a strategy, and I'm more than happy to meet with people face to face that are interested in knowing what those numbers are, especially if they're willing and very interested in helping with the campaign and with the whole process. So anyway, that's about all I've got for now. I could definitely keep going. It's kind of exciting. I mean, shoot, for the past like 2 hours, I've been reading all the financial stuff, what it takes to become legal, not get sued and catch a misdemeanor and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, yeah, so I was doing that and it seems overwhelming at first, but as I was going through it, it's actually not that bad. So anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like this video. I really appreciate it. Also, when the stream is over, please comment as well. Just whatever your thoughts. I'd really like to hear them. Or if you know somebody, please comment if you know somebody. I definitely want to hear that. And if you're not subscribed by this point, please go ahead and subscribe. It'd be great to have you. So anyway, that's all I've got. So thank you so much. As always, stay classy and bye for now.